Hello, Elevation Health friends and family. This is Dr. Dave Yachter, the chiropractor, and have something very, very, very important to discuss with you today. And that is the fact that half of everyone you know right now are either diabetic or on the way to becoming diabetic, pre diabetic. So it's literally a solid 50% of our population, of our families, everybody in our community. There's an epidemic of metabolic dysfunction that's occurring. And it's not just causing us to be overweight and have all of these other risk categories, but some important other things that are at work that really don't rear their ugly head for years or sometimes even decades to come. And I just want to make sure that everyone who's watching this is really aware of what's at stake here. And, so I want to dive into some of these, well, really, I would say the most important do's and don'ts. And being diabetic or even pre diabetic significantly increases your risk of Alzheimer's disease. And one of the things that we talk about at our workshop or our masterclass is how sugar actually opens the growth pathways in cells and cellular proliferation, making more cells without differentiation. In other words, these cells having an actual job to do is really the beginnings of what we call cancer. So when we look at an A1C or a glucose or a sugar test, that you fasting glucose, when you look at these things, you should be thinking, oh my goodness, what is this doing to my risk of cancer or Alzheimer's disease? In addition to that, we know that being diabetic significantly increases your risk of heart disease, vision loss. We see people develop neuropathies, pains in their limbs, arms, hands, legs, and not to mention, obviously, what comes with that is the loss of many limbs. 60% of all amputations today are related to diabetes. Many of you are aware of this, but you don't really necessarily know that that's developing while it is happening. It's only once it's diagnosed and it's too late, and then the discussion with the doctor says we have to take your leg off or toes or whatever have you. And that's awful. It's terrible when it gets to that point, and it's all preventable. And, what precedes that is being overweight, obesity, and many, many years go by, and it's a culmination of these things. And so when we get to that point, when you have loved ones, or maybe even yourself, you've been at that point, and you have the doctor discussion, and they say, okay, well, you have to go on insulin. Or what most people don't know is that type 2 diabetics who take insulin die at more than twice the rate at those given non-insulin treatments. And it significantly increases a person's risk for cancer when you utilize insulin to treat type 2 diabetes. Did you know that? So this is important. Similarly, metformin significantly increases your risk of dying from cardiovascular problems. And so the question becomes, do the risks of the treatment outweigh the risks of the disease? And that's the question that I always walk through asking myself when I'm, looking at somebody's predicament with this or helping patients make a decision. Every year we have these blockbuster medications, seemingly miraculous medications that are developed only later to be recalled over concerns for being contaminated with carcinogens. And this was the case with metformin recently being recalled. So you and I'm sure you know that these medications really only treat the effects, and they don't correct the underlying cause of diabetes, which is a metabolic storm that's occurring at the cellular level. And study after study after study, I mean, it's old news where we know now, and even in the medical community, it's well known that you can reverse type 2 diabetes. But I guess for some people, it's easier said than done. But if you have a strategy and you have the tools and the resources, it can be done. And we put thousands of people through this program with 100% success. And so if you want to learn more about this and these strategies to reverse type 2 diabetes, literally within a week, come to the upcoming Diabetes and Blood Sugar Control Masterclass. We're going to show you how to reverse type 2 diabetes, stabilize any blood sugar level at any age, how to improve your blood pressure while you're at it, how to lose your easiest 10 to 15 pounds ever, how to have better energy than ever, how to prevent Alzheimer's, cancer, and heart disease, and also what are the top 3 research-proven blood sugar stabilizing supplements. If you don't know the answer to that, you really need to consider coming to this masterclass that we have coming up on June 18th. It's on Tuesday night. One of my patients, Marilyn, shared this with us after attending a few of our masterclasses on blood sugar control. And she said, I've been seeing Dr. Yachter, and I've had such good results. I want to share with him and everyone how grateful I am for the services and knowledge that he uses to help us on our wellness journey. Dr. Yachter offers a once-a-month free lecture which covers a different health topic each time. It's fabulous, and I learn new things that I apply to my health routine. I would not miss this valuable gift he has given us. She said, in the past 6 months, I've lost 23 pounds. I'm off insulin, and I exercise daily. Other things I've noticed since I've been going to him are improved sleep, better digestion, calmer mind, clearer thinking, more flexibility, and better posture. She says, health is truly a journey, and I'm fortunate to have such a practitioner to guide me on this path. And I am fortunate to have patients like Marilyn who are committed to doing what it takes, whatever it takes, to get the results that they're looking for. And my question to you is, are you willing to do what it takes? And if you're still thinking about whether or not you should be at this event, then some of the questions you should be asking yourself would be, am I serious about preventing sickness and disease before it has a chance to be diagnosed? Am I serious about preventing Alzheimer's? Are you serious about preventing cancer? Are you serious about preventing heart disease? Again, we're talking about the number 1, number 2, number 3 top leading causes, disease killers. Are you serious about preventing it? Because by the time they diagnose it, it's too late. So while these things are at work, you have an opportunity to start to implement things that'll truly reduce your risk of developing or being diagnosed with these horrible diseases. And in addition to that, also ask yourself, are you frustrated or are you happy with your energy? If you're frustrated because of a lack of energy, think of how much you could gain from being at this event. Do you still feel tired after sleeping a good 7 hours or 8 hours a night? Something's not right. Are you having a hard time losing weight or keeping the weight off? Do you feel older lately, more aches or pains? Do you find yourself more forgetful lately? If you answered yes to any of these questions, then I'd say yes. You really need to be at this upcoming workshop event. Doing the same thing and expecting a different result, we all know they call that insanity. So, when is the time to start taking control of your health and making this your healthiest year ever? Now. I know it is for me. I can only assume it is for you. So if you haven't already done so, walk up to the front desk, make sure that you get registered for this life-changing event. I also want you to think about who else needs to learn about this. If it's literally half of everybody around us, our family, our friends, our loved ones that are either diabetic, they're on medication for blood sugar, blood pressure, or they're at risk, or they're overweight, who else needs to be here? This is going to be a life-changing event. So I'm asking you, I'm imploring you from the bottom of my heart, think of those guests that you want to be a blessing to and put their names down on that registration list. Go ahead up to the front desk, do that right now. Look at the bottom of the screen. If you're watching this video, you can call the office with the number in the banner below, and we can get that done for you. Thank you so much for joining me today. I look forward to seeing everybody there. I love and appreciate you. God bless.